It's yet another beautiful Friday morning, and you're listening to the Fatboy Show on RX Radio. I hope you are doing well in all kinds of ways, intellectually and financially, spiritually, but perhaps most important, emotionally, because it is how you are doing emotionally that determines how you shall do in all those other things. Oh wait, is it the other way around? I don't know. Because if you're feeling happy and content with life, then won't you be in a better position to deal with your financial issues or your career issues, your professional issues, your family issues? Doesn't it all stem from the state of your mind or the state of your emotions? I would think so. Although, to be fair, if the financial situation isn't the best, I'm guessing that'll also affect your emotions. I guess it's all interconnected is what I'm saying. But let's talk about emotions for a second here. And let's talk about broken hearts, because that's perhaps the worst thing that could happen to your emotions is for you to suffer from a broken heart. Let no one lie to you. We have all experienced heartbreak. We've all been in love with someone and been let down by them. And in equal measure, we have also broken the hearts of others, and they are mourning the loss of the relationships that they had with us. There are no innocent people here. Everyone's guilty and everyone's a victim. It's quite tragic, really. But let us ask the question today on the Fatboy Show. Olive, how long does it take to heal a broken heart?
Hey.
How long?
Yo, that's deep.
Conventional wisdom says it takes about half the amount of time you were with the person in the relationship.
So if I was with someone for a year, then that's about 6
Probably
months?
6 months, you're good.
Actually, the findings show that about 3.5 months for people who are dating. And if you are married, it might take about 1.5 years.
1.5 years to totally get over.
To totally get over someone that you're married to. But I don't know if there is even anything like totally get over.
I do.
Especially in the case of a marriage.
But I envy women. Women have the ability to recover quicker from heartbreak because they tend to fall in love more easily. And I like to give this example. If you meet a girl who's been dumped today, yeah, she'll be feeling awful. She'll be crying all day, all night. She probably won't be able to get out of bed for 2 or 3 days. But after that, she's a spring chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 weeks after that, she'll be telling you about how she's met some guy and she's deeply in love.
Not really, Fatboy.
And all her friends are like, oh, here we go again.
But Fatboy,
there we go.
You're being stereotypical in your...
Because it's true.
No, it's not true.
Meanwhile, for a man...
You remember the other day when we were talking about relationships and you were saying men like, borderlines because the sex is good, and you were telling me respect a man's perspective. Now I'm telling you respect a woman's perspective, because it is not as you assume. Many women take time to heal from heartbreaks.
I think... What I mean is, okay, let me put it this way. I think everyone carries baggage. I don't think the baggage just disappears.
Mm-hmm.
But just in terms of the general state of mind, I do find that ladies recover, much, much quicker. It's like if you started dating a girl today and you just had a conversation with her about her past relationships, you'll be shocked to find that she probably had the same intense love for her 5 previous lovers. Right? Whereas for men, I think you'll agree with me. For men, it's kind of different. A man won't be madly and crazily in love with some girl today, and then with the next girlfriend, have the same intensity of love, and the girlfriend after that. We tend to have that. Usually, it's one person on whom we just or with whom we experience those very, very strong emotions, and then after that, I think men in their dating career, they tend to be quite more reserved in how they handle their emotions, which is why the complaint goes, oh, he's not emotionally open, he's emotionally distant. It's because this is typically a man who's been badly hurt by usually one person in the past, who then dictates how he interacts with women going forward, whereas a woman can be badly heartbroken by some dude today, and the next relationship she's equally madly in love, and the relationship after that she's also madly in love.
Okay, what I know for sure.
You guys
is
can
that,
hit the reset button a lot more easily than a man
No,
can.
and the funny bit is this.
You don't agree?
When a relationship ends, we are actually more hurt and affected
In
by
the initial
stages.
Yes.
We are more hurt and broken.
Yes.
We've experienced more pain over a broken relationship.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we heal first. Do you know why we heal? I think it all goes back to the way we are made, because we are emotionally wired, and because of that, when you look at female relationships or friendships, we talk about things. We open up to our friends. We cry on our friends' shoulders about a broken heart, about a man that has hurt us several times, and that helps us to heal. Whereas you guys, you tell your dude, man, the chick left, he's like, have a drink. You've not talked about it. You've not sought to heal because that's not a manly thing. And because of that, you carry this pain around for so long. Yet for us, our friends gave us therapy, we moved on.
I think it's more than that. It's partially that, but it's a bit more than that.
Explain.
I think there's an element of how we love differently. Women are quicker to fall in love, but men are slower to fall in love. For us, our love comes gradually and slowly, and once it comes, it's like we're locked in, and we can then become very insecure and very paranoid and start acting weird, which inadvertently ends up pushing the girl away, sadly. But eventually, when the girl does leave, it can leave men feeling, in some cases, permanently broken. As you know, men have a much, much higher suicide rate.
Yeah.
And this is because they're not they are not comfortable handling these painful emotions, and especially as it relates to a heartbreak. Because when we love let me tell you, when we love a woman, that woman becomes our life.
But like I said, because you guys are not emotionally wired, it's extremely hard for you to handle emotions when they come in. Whereas for us, we are this way. This is what we do. From when we are little girls, I'm telling you, I'm raising 2 young girls, and sometimes even me, who can relate with their emotions, I feel overwhelmed because sometimes the emotions are just too high. Whereas it was easy, it was different raising my son. Things were easy. You tell him, don't do that. He's like, okay, mommy, we move on. No feelings hurt. No.
Okay, so in other words, because women tend to deal with a much wider fluctuating range of extreme emotions in everyday life. So that by the time they experience a heartbreak, their emotions it's like a muscle. You train a muscle so that, like, before you run a marathon, you must do your stretches and exercises to prepare your body for that exertion.
Yes.
That high level of exertion. Meanwhile, if you, for example, never exercise and you wake up tomorrow and you run a marathon, you won't be able to walk for several weeks after. And so maybe it's the same, because with men, our emotions we're not so practiced in handling emotions because we mostly remain in a stoic state. The day we experience an intense emotional wave, it can be crippling.
It can ruin you. As in, doesn't that explain why when a man has been, let's say, married for a given period of time and then the wife dies, the man is going to die? In most cases, the men die shortly after the wife has passed on.
Because men love more.
Come on, it has nothing to do with love.
We love more deeply.
It has everything to do with
Meanwhile, a woman, the husband can die and she'll live for 30 more years.
Because
everyone knows the old granny in the village, great grandma in the village, whose husband died in 1960.
1900. And she's still here.
Kawa, she's okay.
Yeah,
she's chilling.
You guys even just catch a cold and suddenly, maybe can I get some soup? And for us, I will have a cold in the morning. I'll wake up, I'll prepare my children to go to school. I will dress up and come to work feeling terrible. But you get a cold and you have to call in sick. So who is the weaker sex here?
Hey, that's not fair. So I guess to answer the question of how long it takes to heal a broken heart, I think for different people, I don't think there's a fixed
there isn't
time frame. For me personally, the times that it has happened to me, I think the best cure has always been just time.
Yeah.
And the idea is to just keep yourself distracted enough for time to do its healing.
That's true.
Because every day you spend with a heartbreak is a day you've survived committing suicide or harming yourself. But so if you're distracted by maybe a fulfilling career, or if you have children to take care of, or if you have sports, all these kinds of things, they'll keep your mind away from the pain long enough for you to get to the point where time has healed you.
Actually, when you're going through a heartbreak or anything that is really, traumatic to you, things like exercise, going to the gym, running, they keep your mind off things, and before you know it, you do not feel that pain anymore. I think it's because your mind is now focused on something else, and probably something else that is gonna make you better in a way. So you're not, you don't have so much time spent on a person that has hurt you. But in the event that you've just gone through a breakup, what do you do? Because some people struggle. You've broken up with someone, and you do not want to, like, you every day you hold your phone and you're like, can I at least just text and see if they're okay? Can I at least just say good morning? What do? I would say apply no contact. The no contact rule. Don't talk to this person for at least 6 months. They say that strong hearts, people with strong hearts or emotions can, if you go 6 months without breaking that rule, it means you have a strong heart and you're going to be okay. But some people can only go as far as 3.4 months, like rather 3 months. And if still you can do 3 months, you're still on the right track, because others are breaking up every single day. As in, the guy has told you, I don't want you anymore. I can't do this. But you keep texting, you keep calling, you keep looking at his social media.
I feel like heartbreaks, women can be more strategic about this, because I feel like by the time a guy is telling you he doesn't want you in his life or doesn't want to deal with you, it's usually because either he did something that has angered you to the point where the relationship becomes a very I guess the vibes are too negative. So for example, let's say you cheat on a girl today, she finds out, she's upset for a little bit, and then she says, okay, you know what, promise to not do that again. And then she sort of carries on with you, and like things are cool. Most guys will be okay in that situation and will probably even ditch the girl he cheated on her with. But in the event that you do find out and then you want to raise hell about it, and you're going to be so noisy and argumentative and dramatic about it, that's when guys are like, okay, you know what, I can't do this anymore. Or you're like, why aren't you calling me? Do you even care about me?
But you seem to put every woman in the same basket. And
but
yet,
if you were to just play it,
people,
if you just play it cool, you can probably keep that relationship going.
But
that's if you want to.
Let's agree, Fatboy. There are times when a relationship has run its course and nothing you do can save it. When you reach that point, especially if the other person is really resolute on their decision that they are done with you, whether you're a man or a woman, you need to respect yourself a bit and, take a step back. As in, he's not the last born of men, just like she's not the last born of women. And it hurts.
Okay,
but
so
if you must, if he really, really is resolute about his decision, delete his number. Actually, the best thing to do is block his number and then delete it.
So my point
delete
is,
the numbers of people who know him. Block him on socials.
I'm trying to
give yourself time to heal.
So I'm trying to advise you in ways to make him not be resolute in his decision to end the relationship. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't know if you've ever tried this as an experiment, just for fun. Let's say a guy dumps you today. Call him the next day or a few days later and say, hey, how are you? I hope you're fine. If you're going to be at home later today, I would just like to come over to your house.
For you.
I'd like to make you a meal. I'll be carrying some alcohol.
You were gonna say that.
Perhaps a nice movie. I'm going to give you the best sex you've ever seen, and then I'll just go home and not ask you for anything after that. Tell me which man is going to say no, don't come.
There is a man that is
99.99%.
You assume
Will
that
be like, okay,
you assume
and
that
that's your way
every
in. That's
relationship
your
that,
way
no,
back in.
but your assumption is that the relationship has ended and probably she was not cooking for him or giving him good sex. People do these things, especially if the relationship has been
Okay,
long
have
time.
you,
I'm not
have you
talking
tried
about
this?
1
How about
month
this?
or
How about
2
telling him
months
this?
relationship.
How about telling him this? Okay, I don't mind if you have another woman.
Oh, come on, give me.
I still want to be with you. Do you know what will happen?
Come on.
Do you know what will happen?
What?
For a brief period of time, he might sort of deal with both of you, but eventually
He's gonna choose you?
he'll come to the realization
Why
that, you know
should
what,
anyone be
this
in a
girl is down
relationship
for
where
me.
they are vying to be
Because
chosen?
what ends up happening is if he hopped onto a new girl, it's usually just because things maybe got a bit stale with you, and maybe she's a shiny new toy. Maybe she has nyash, whatever, and he's
And
excited.
I don't have nyash.
Maybe he's too excited and he's in that mix, right? But eventually, though, it will also grow old. But when that happens, he will come to appreciate the lady who stood by him the whole time. You will be surprised at how dedicated he will be to you after
So
that.
let me ask.
I'm giving you
this
free
works-
advice.
This works
Free
for a couple.
advice.
Let me tell you something, fat boy. First of all, I can never tell a guy that it's okay if you have another woman. As in,
Why?
You're not a married man, okay? Because for a
I've told a chick that before.
For a married man,
I've told
it
a
can
woman
be-
that before.
For a married man, it can be different. You found his wife there. You're not going to get rid of the wife. If you're a single man, okay, you're not married, and you tell me you have a girlfriend, why do I want to be in that position where the guy is not married, he has a girlfriend, he can actually be my boyfriend, but then I decide to be the third wheel?
So you're both
If
his girlfriends.
someone must be a third
You
wheel,
are
be
now-
a third wheel
you're
to
now
someone
both-
that is already married,
both-
and you know that you're there for a moment and you're going to move on, other than
Because
being
let's
with
be
a
real.
man.
Olive, let's be real. All men will have more than one woman. You're either gonna know or you're either gonna not know.
I
Why
know
not
that.
be in the position where you do know and you've made peace with
I
it?
am not going to be in a relationship with a man that is not married and I am the third wheel. That allowance can only be given to someone that is taken. But if, honestly, for instance, the way you are there, okay, actually now for you, even in a relationship, there is someone that is in a relationship that doesn't even have a child, you get? Because a relationship that has a child could probably go to another level, right? But this person is just dating this babe. Or maybe he was mine first. We broke up. He met her. And then I come back. And then he's like, you know, when we split, I met Justin. So now if you don't mind, no, I mind. I'm not staying.
So you see, you're the one who's guilty of your own broken heart.
Come on.
The man has given you a way back in.
Will heal. Give it 3 months and 6. You're gonna be fine. You're
Why
gonna meet
suffer?
another man.
Why? Who's also going to cheat on you, like all men will? Do you see what I'm saying?
So what are you saying?
So if you find the man that you truly love and he's the one for you,
Be a third wheel.
Be willing to make those compromises, because even if you wind up, as you say, a third wheel, believe it or not, it'll be temporary. Be strategic. Be the girl that's down.
But let me tell you something. Every girl,
You'll win in the end. I promise you.
There is a girl, especially, there is a guy, a bachelor that is every girl's dream come true. So if we break up and he meets another girl, she's also going to be strategic, trying to have him. And if
She
he
probably
puts me in a position where he says, you see, now I am with her, so the only way I can be with you is in secret. Why are you being in secret with a single man? Why?
Exactly. So don't be secret.
But he wants you to be secret because he met someone else when you broke up.
You see, and this is why transparency is important, and it is something that men need to be frank about. You see, because instead of having to lie to a woman that there will be no other women, and then so you have to sort of just sneak around, be open about it. What that might mean is that, yep, a lot of women may keep away from you, but there will be some who will be like, okay, you know what? I appreciate the transparency. Let's roll.
But you see, this transparency is one-sided. Is if he's telling this other babe that, you know what, I have someone else, is he also telling the now actual girlfriend that, by the way, we are 3 in this relationship?
He should tell her.
Because that is what transparency means.
He should tell her. He should tell her.
Fat boy, let me tell you something. If a man is not married honestly, even you lady listening, if a man is not a married man, why are you accepting? Because obviously, even being with a married man has its downside. You're never going to be seen with him
What
in
you're
public.
not understanding.
No, listen, I'm trying to make you understand where I'm coming from. With a married man, you can never be seen with him in public. There are many things you're never going to do with him. There are many special days you're never going to spend with him. But at least for that one, you knew from the get-go that I signed on for this, and these are the things I was willing to forfeit. But now this is a man that
But
can
he's gonna
potentially...
cheat. He's gonna cheat on you anyway. So what's the difference?
It's not even about cheating, by the way.
It's about. What?
I'm not even talking about cheating.
What
I
are you
am
talking
talking about you putting yourself in a situation where he has a girlfriend. If he really, really likes me, he could dump the girlfriend and be with me.
He likes both of you.
No.
He likes both of you.
You cannot like two people.
You
You're
can.
having fun with one person and you love the other person. So who is it?
You can like both of them.
No.
A man can love two women or more equally.
No. A man loves, if he's
Have you
married.
not heard of polygamy?
If he's married, he loves his wife and likes the other person.
Anyway, your pride shall be your downfall. And you're going to keep having your heart broken
there is not
by
gonna-
men who you believe will be exclusively
There
committed
is-
to you.
This is the thing you
It's a
do.
recipe for
You're not
failure.
understanding what I'm saying. I'm not talking about cheating. I'm not talking about all that stuff. I'm talking about a situation where I can't be the main babe. And I decide, I will be the third wheel because he has another girlfriend.
Okay, then you be the main babe and he can have side chicks. Then you're happy.
I don't want to know about the side chicks. That's the thing about being the main babe, you see? And most guys will make sure that the main babe or even the wife doesn't know about the side babe. But if I decide to be the side babe to a man that is not married, that is messed up.
All right. Well, to each their own, I guess. But because, if we just do things the way that we've been doing it, you can only guarantee that there'll be more and more and more broken hearts. You see, that's what I'm trying to prevent.
And when you stay...
I'm trying to save people.
I think, let me explain myself better. The reason why I am against being a third wheel to a man that is not married is because you're going to spend so much time thinking that if I do this right, he may eventually choose me and maybe marry me. Whereas because if you're to compare two situations, this man is not married, he has a girlfriend, this man is married, you know that with a married man, he's not taking you anywhere, okay? So if you sign on for something like that, you know that after some time, you're going to be old news. So you will even tell yourself, I'll be ready to move. But then with a single man, you keep doing so much thinking he's going to give me time. And before you know it, 3, 4, 5 years, and then he marries a new babe who is not the one he has been with all these years. Why would you put yourself in that situation?
Okay, so...
It's like even the women dating married men, why are you dating him and cutting off all opportunity for meeting single
Because
men?
all I'm hearing you do is complain. I'm not hearing solutions.
I'm saying...
Practical, realistic solutions.
If he's not married and he would rather not have you as the main babe, don't be with him. If the relationship you're looking for is to be the main chick, don't do it.
Or maybe all of you are the main.
How can two people be main chicks?
It's possible.
Even for Muslims, there is the first wife and the second.
Yes, but they're all wives and they're all respected.
But in that case, they are wives and they are respected and they signed on for that.
I think you're
Why should a
overcomplicating.
single...
You're overcomplicating a rather simple issue. But to you who might be suffering from a broken heart,
to become a Hajj.
please, don't feel bad. We've all been there. There've been those days where you feel like this pain is going to be forever. Did that ever happen to you where you're like, will I ever see sunshine again? I'm sure you had those moments where
in the past, yes.
you were in so much pain that you thought this was it.
Yeah,
and yet...
In the past, when I was younger, in my 20s, every time I would go through something, I would be like, oh my goodness, will I ever find someone like him? But now, being a veteran like now, I don't even remember the last time I was dumped.
When you grow older,
the last time I had a broken heart.
When you grow older, these things start to matter less, and you look back on your youth and be like, oh, wait, I almost died?
I know.
Over that idiot?
And then you look back and you're like, why was I with that guy? As in,
Exactly.
what was I smoking?
So don't feel so bad. In case you're feeling bad today, you will certainly feel better tomorrow. Of course, we can't guarantee when that tomorrow will come, but it'll come nonetheless. Keep listening to your number one station, RX Radio. This is The Fatboy Show.